So you're probably at a place in your life where you feel like you want to level up and just be better, and you're just tired of being the old version of yourself that doesn't get things done.
That's right!
Don't worry, I used to be and feel that way. But now I'm going to give you a few things that I did that completely changed my life around to a much happier and wholesome life that I have right now. So the very first thing I did that completely changed my life is I went shopping. And you must be thinking, bitch, we don't care about that. I'm not talking about that shopping. No, I went shopping for a new mindset, for new goals, for new attitudes. And finally, I went shopping for a much kinder and compassionate, peaceful soul. Another thing that I did to start living a happier life, I learned how to love myself sufficiently, intentionally, and unconditionally. If you love yourself unpretentiously, then you'll understand what your whole being is about. You'll understand what type of things drive you, what type of things interest you. In that way, you want to do things that are going to make you grow this love that you have for yourself even more. For me, I ended up discovering myself, who I was, loving myself fully, unconditionally, unpretentiously, and that completely switched my life around. Another thing that I did to start living a happier life, I had to understand that we are all blessed differently as individuals. What might work for me might not work for you, and what might work for my friends might not work for me. I had to understand that, and when I understood that, it literally helped me just channel my mind and my intentions into a much positive direction towards myself, as opposed to comparing myself to others, and as opposed to feeling like I lacked things. I ended up realizing and appreciating what I actually had, because everyone is different, everyone is blessed differently. That's their path. I'm on my path. When the time is right, it shall rain. Another thing I did, and I encourage you to do this, I reduced the number of friends in my life. People are really toxic, and people can bring around toxic energy into your life, and they can drag you into a dark hole. So if you're not careful, you might end up being unhealthy and unhappy because of the people around you. I reduced my friend circle to a very small number, because if a friend is not adding value to my life, then I do not need you. Another tip that has actually helped me live a much healthier life and happier life right now is I had to understand and accept my flaws. I also had to accept and understand that being alone does not mean you are lonely, okay? You can be alone, but you're content, you are wholesome, you are okay with being alone. Understand it's okay to be alone, and there is power with being alone. You do not always need to be around people, because there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. So another pointer that I think is really important that has helped me, throughout my life and live a much healthier and happier life, is I understood that it's okay to be loved and to love others. Sometimes when we feel very insecure about ourselves, or when we don't love ourselves enough, we tend to shut out people, and we tend to shut out love. And I used to have that mindset where I did not love myself enough and did not value myself enough. In that way, I felt like other people's love was not really genuine. But the minute I understood to love myself and appreciate myself more and be kinder with myself, I understood that it's okay to love, to be loved, and to spread love. Another thing that has helped me live a much happier and healthier life is being content with what I have. Okay, I might not have a lot. I might not be where I want to be 5 years from now, but at least right now, where I am content. Okay, so I learned to be content with the things that I have. And those things, once you appreciate yourself and tell yourself, listen, I'm so proud of you, you've achieved this, now let's keep going and achieve more, it makes working towards your goals much easier, because you're contented with what you have, and now you're going to work towards another milestone. So another important thing that I believe I did that has helped me live a happier and much more healthier life is I learned to let go of things and people that hurt me. You will be hurt by certain people, but it's up to you to forgive them for your own sake, and let them go. So for myself, I learned to forgive those who have done me wrong, forgive those who have done me dirty, or to just forgive situations that have happened to me and to just let them go, because you heal when you let things go, as opposed to fantasizing over like negative things that have happened to you. It's always best to just set them free and set yourself free and just release your soul and be happier. Another thing, my dears, that I did to live a much happier and healthier life, I regulated the amount of content I consumed. And this goes for social media. Guys, social media is not real life. Do not let posts you see get to you. If you're insecure about yourself and you see something that's going to trigger that insecurity, it's best to remove yourself before you actually get triggered, okay? I had to regulate the things that I watched. So I ended up channeling my mind to positive, encouraging content, podcasts that would just uplift me, inspiring stories from people. I ended up watching food blogs that would actually like open my mind, things that would actually like make me more curious and help me develop my mind to be like, so there's people in the world that are doing ABCDFG. What am I going to do to also do ABCDFG? You know, like content that's actually going to help you grow yourself as opposed to help you feel less than. I have learned to practice the power of inner validation, okay? When you validate yourself, tell yourself, I'm worthy of this, I'm enough, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm kind. Like when you validate yourself, you won't need that validation from others. In that way, you are much content with yourself and you're much happier. So you won't need anyone else to validate you. Lastly, guys, another thing that I did to help me live a much healthier and more peaceful life is I started creating dangerously. You see, our minds are very creative places. I started putting pen to paper, like whatever was in my mind, I put it on paper and I started creating dangerously. I wrote an ebook. I started my own hairline. I'm now on my own journey of content creating. As you can see, we're now doing a YouTube channel. And I'm so grateful for all of you that have subscribed so far. Please keep on watching for videos about self-help and personal development. As always, I've been your host, Shuti Erica, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you for watching. Love and light.